Okay, I've tried doing quite a bit of editing on this, but let's just move the satellites. I've got it as mission 2-1 on season 2. Obviously, it might change. I've got game over further on this season. It might change around a little bit. I'm still a bit gutted you lose all your upgrades, but to be fair, I can make sense of it. Obviously, because if you kept all the upgrades, it'd just be so much easier. I've tried changing the gameplay around, as you can see just now, but it's changed from fast to a little bit slower. It's a combination between 4 times speed and 2 times speed. The combat I've tried to make 2 times speed, and moving around I've tried to make 4 times speed, just to make a better video. And obviously, I was bored sort of in the waiting times, could remove sort of the moving things, I guess, but it's just so you can see the actual flow of the video and how the level works as well. Obviously, I'm pretty sure the levels, just like in season 1, are slightly different and customisable. Obviously, the sort of change around. I think they've got like a selection of maps for the mission, although the mission's the same, so you still have to move the satellite and stuff like that, but they've got like a selection of maps you can get for it. So obviously if yours is a little bit different to this, I do apologise for that. Yeah, like I say, I'm not overly fond of the change around. We have got raiders as well as the Empire now, obviously, where Imperials, Empires are sort of the main enemies, and then you've got Raiders, which are just obviously space raiders looking out for junk in space. But yeah, the enemies are quite different. Obviously, the Raiders seem to use a lot more closer combat techniques. Some of them, obviously, you can blow up the bullets, some of them you can't, it depends on who it is you're up against. They have got sort of like a right close range shotgun guy, which gets a bit annoying. I started speeding it up there because I forgot about him. So sped it up a little bit early, but it's not too much of a fuss. Like I say, the level the speed will change as we go through the entire video. Literally just between them 2 speeds, it won't get any slower and it won't get any faster than these 2, which you're obviously seeing. It's just obviously I wanted to speed up sort of movement and make a short video, because I think the initial video was about 25 minutes. I've cut it down to about 10 now. So obviously I've cut quite a bit of time off there. The last combat scene's quite a lot longer because there's bugs, there's raiders, and there's Imperial. There's bugs, there's raiders, and there's Empire in there. All which thankfully for us hate each other. So you can actually, if you get them into each other's line of fire, they will start shooting each other and stop shooting you. So you can try, either let them settle it out and take off whoever's left, or you can shoot into them as they're taking each other out once you make them cross fire. Because it's, when they first see you, they'll all be heading straight for you, and it's not till obviously bullets start firing that they'll start hitting each other as well. But you'll see that a little later on in the video, like I say, it's right at the end is that. I did quite enjoy the combat coming through though. I just want, I wasn't overly fond of the reset. I quite liked the transformation to the sort of a droid or robot. Basically I'm on sort of former guy. I can't remember specifically what the thing's called, because obviously Beam says it's not a robot because a robot means like it's got no systems or something in it. I do lose my shields quite a lot throughout this. I think I do lose some health in this as well, so it's quite a hard one to sort of get around at the moment. I've got quite a lot of coins though, because when I got game over it said you've got more than 5 coins, you can use these coins to reset, and I chose no to that, because I'm going to use them, because I sort of the game over coins as well are the crash coins. So obviously when I start my new game I should have quite a few coins to be able to collect and sort of upgrade my ship, and hopefully get a better season 2 going forward. I didn't actually expect that much damage to do when I sent them rockets off, but I'm quite glad though 3 big ships there, and I've managed to destroy them in a matter of seconds, so I've done a lot more than what I was actually expecting to there. I see me utilise sort of the sword on the ship here, the grabbing sword, because I knew the sword would be able to take them guys out by themselves, so I figured I might as well get use of them. Obviously more bugs in here. I shouldn't really waste my rockets on them, but I knew it would set them on fire, so I went for what I could do, and then when I saw Imperial I thought I might as well mix them all up and get them hitting each other. Same with this guy, chucked bugs into them and get them bugs, get most use out of them, get them cross-fired. You see me do it later on, but I don't really chuck stuff about, I just sort of let them fly into each other, and the bug will go for the closest target eventually, especially if it shoots him. Obviously chuck the bug there, and well, I tried there but I missed, and then chucked it there, and it does it looks like the throwing somebody into another opponent does actually do some damage, because obviously saw the bug explode as the Raider did there. I do lose some health a little bit further down. So I'll go around the place just trying to obviously explore before I satellite and get myself some damage done. But when you go down there, be careful if yours is anything like that. There's a lot of enemies and a very tight space, so you are bound to take damage. So be careful on that one. I was trying to get the bounce off onto the other ship there, but it wasn't really working for me, unfortunately. Although when you do see me get to the end of this, I think you'd say there's about 25 minutes recording. I don't think yeah, it actually would have been up that way. So yeah, we'll see at the end in the end results, but obviously it's got most of the gameplay coming through here. You'll see how long this level actually took me. I think it's mostly because I was trying to fly around and kill everything I came across, as well as opposed to trying to dodge some stuff, you know, and preserve my health. Obviously I did that a lot in Season 1, just going to attack everything and ended up losing, you know, more health than I needed to, and I think I've just sort of done the same thing here. Obviously unintentionally, I wasn't meaning to try to take on more than what I could, but it just ended up happening. But it's not so much in this level, it's more further on. It cut off there and my record didn't start again until obviously I came back in, but I did kill them all. Obviously that's why I'm further in and at the same point now. Right, okay, there's another big ship which we've not seen as of yet. This is a raider ship, so you don't see it just yet, you'll see it a bit further around. And obviously you may have, you know, heard me in the, if you watched any of my Season 1 videos, you'd basically heard me refer to having to use your environment to your benefits. This is a completely different environment to what was in Season 1. In some ways I guess that's good, some ways I guess it's not, because what that now means to us is we've got a new style of combat to learn, like entirely. Because we've got a completely different, obviously, environment. So in Season 1, you could sort of add the lava and stuff, and the lava were in most asteroids. It definitely helped you take on a big GALAK-Z. Whereas around here, you've got explosions, which you need to try find and, you know, chuck into him, or you've got sort of electrical circuits, which if you chuck into him, it'll take down the shields. Same if you run into the electrical side of it, it will take down your shields as well. So be careful and make sure you don't run into it. Obviously, it was a new enemy. I just sort of circled him around this block a few times and managed to kill him off eventually. Obviously I've not got all my upgrades as I did, because at the end of Season 1 otherwise that fight, the entire fight would be a lot easier. This entire level would be a lot easier, to be fair. But I did check around, obviously. I always search the area, try to find my boxes. Oh, sorry myself. Don't know why, I think I'll be honest because I've only recently woke up. I've not slept properly all night, waking up. Obviously, if you watch my flow through videos, you'd see me do them like just after midnight last night. That's just because you know, I've just woke up and I can't get back off. But yeah, at first I thought that it would just be the raiders guarding the the beam point, and then obviously when I started taking on the raiders, I jumped into a lot of Imperial enemies, so I was a bit shocked by that. Obviously, that's another good thing about the robot. Obviously the asteroids do eventually fail out, but whilst you've got use of them, you know, you can grab onto a big one and sort of use it as a shield if you're trying to regain your shields and, you know, stay out of the way. Might as well get use of it, or try and make use of it. That's obviously what I've done, and you can see how it's worked for me, or, you know, hasn't worked, but it stopped me taking health for that sort of time being where I did there. But like I said, this is quite a long fight scene. Going around, there's Imperial Raiders and bugs. I think all the bugs are dead now. We've got one Imperial left, I think, and then the rest are just Raiders. No, sorry, we've got one Raider left, and then the rest are just Imperials. Not Imperials, we're Imperials, Empire. I am still getting used to the game, so obviously if you see me mixing up my sort of enemies and me and stuff like that throughout the game, that's why it's still fairly... Oh, sorry guys. It's still a fairly new game. And I'm just familiarising myself still to a lot of the features and the combat and stuff like that. You do see me flying around, obviously trying to do the best I can. I could be using the strafe here, but obviously I think the strafe works better when there's less enemies. When there's more enemies, it's not as effective. Obviously I found another bug glass that helped quite a bit. I don't think I do it so much in this one, but in other levels you'll keep seeing it flash up saying deep space. It's because basically I'm past the beam point and I'm heading into, well, deep space, not off the map. I don't know if that will eventually to game over, or what if you stay out there, you know, not start heading back, or if you keep heading out that way. I'm assuming so. Bliss summarises obviously my Season 2 Episode 1 level which I got, but obviously I'm resetting soon, so obviously you've seen how many I killed there, 23 minutes to complete, but I do hope you enjoy. Please comment, like, comment, subscribe, I do appreciate any feedback, and thank you very much for watching.